Dear friends, entrepreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs, I'm delighted to be recording this and being a part of this particular event. As I told your organizers, especially Velangani Raj, that unfortunately, although he has invited me, about 3 or 4 times, whenever he calls me, I'm always busy in something. And this time he said I should. So unfortunately, again, I am out of town. I'm going to be in Geneva and to meet with the World Health Organization. But at the same time, I just wanted to give you some sort of a message as a geriatric entrepreneur. Well, my name is Dr.Ranganathan, and as usual, in America, you always cut short your name, otherwise they kill your name with telling whatever it is. So they normally call me Rangan or Dr. Rangan, and I am a serial entrepreneur. My background is I have 2 master's degree in organic chemistry and biochemistry from the University of Pune. Then I came and did my doctoral degree at the University of Temple University. Then I was a postdoctoral fellow at the University of Pennsylvania. And then I was a research associate at what that time called as Anneman Medical College, now known as Drexel University. And then I was an assistant research professor in the Department of Nuclear Medicine at Johns Hopkins. Then I called it quits in 1981 to become an entrepreneur. With the aid of a few friends and family, we collected about $300,000, and that time my house, which was worth $30,000, we pledged it to 5 lenders and got another $150,000 to start a business manufacturing chemicals for radio labeling. This is for nuclear medicine. With the experience that I got from Johns Hopkins, those days they thought nuclear medicine is going to be at the forefront of medicine, I should say. Because in nuclear medicine, you use a compound and tag it with short-lived radioactive isotopes and inject it. So some of them go directly to brain, some to heart, some to breast, some to liver. So it is more or less scanning and detecting the diseases at a very early stage. So we had about 13 people, and we were going in for our first round of financing, what you call this, private round. And Jenny Montgomery Scott wrote a memorandum for raising $5 million. And it so happened that just about a week before, the Jenny Montgomery Scott gentleman came and told me that, Dr. Rangan, it seems it's going to be difficult to raise this money. I said, why? It seems there is some other technology that has come that doesn't need to inject a radio-labeled chemical that you can actually use without that. And then we found out that technology was called as nuclear magnetic resonance imaging spectroscopy. The word nuclear was sinister. It became as magnetic resonance spectroscopy. People didn't understand what is magnetic resonance spectroscopy, and it is now called as MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. Now, after about 6 years of working on this, we closed the company, let the employees go one by one. And for about 10 years, I was a consultant for some of the Indian companies as well as some of the American companies. I was getting products from America and distributing it to India. As a matter of fact, the Becton Dixon, which they use the vacuum for drawing blood actually, they give me the distribution, and we were distributing it, and we had some other things, and through a company called as Leica Labs. And of course, as we were doing this, for about 10 years, I was drawing more or less, making about quarter to $300,000, flying business class, first class, up and down. And this project, which I'm just doing, you probably see the board outside about our company called as a Kibow Biotech that just came into place. And basically, this company is based on the concept. We started this on the concept, can we remove the uremic toxin as a result of kidney failure. When the kidney fails, there is increased toxins in the blood. The blood flows all over your body, but the largest amount of blood flow is in the bowel. If you take the bowel, the surface area of the bowel is the size of a football court or tennis court, I should say. When you eat your food, after being broken down into amino acids or sugars or fatty acids, they're absorbed from the bowel into the blood. The reverse happens when the kidney fails. So our concept was, can we use the bowel to remove uremic toxins? So we started the company as a drug discovery company. We thought we will take a bacteria and of course genetically clone it with various genes like a urease, uricase, creatinase genes and orally take it. And as we just thought about this, we started this company, it started Kibow, I should say. The name comes, Kibow, is we actually thought, can we substitute the failing kidney function by the bowel? We just called it as Kibow, I should say. Well, that was a concept that we started, and we have gone through extensive research and development work, and it has taken 20 years for us to get the product not as a drug but as a dietary supplement, because there is no company in the world manufacturing pro or prebiotics, I should say, with a drug master's file. They are only for food grade or they are only for dietary supplement grade. And we actually didn't want to go through the drug route because of two problems. The problem is, genetically engineered microbes. People didn't even want to eat genetically modified food. So taking the genetically engineered microbes during those times through the FDA would have been a humongous challenge. Second, we also had the technical difficulties. Of course, now, there is CRISPR technologies that they can do gene editing. Even you can just try to just precisely what like precision medicine or personalized medicine, you can just do that. So that was not there. So it took some long time, and it's a long story to make the story start. I was blessed to get almost $3.25 million in the form of grant. We got about $2.25 million from National Institute of Diabetes, Digestive Kidney Diseases, and we got actually $1 million grant actually from the United States Agency for International Development. The money that was to be spent only in India by establishing a factory or manufacturing or R&D. So I could convince the Indian authorities, that is, who were managing these USAID funds, ICICI Bank, that I don't want to split my R&D. So I'm the only first one to get the money back that was given to India back here. But at the same time, I assured them, whatever we do, ultimately the benefit of this will flow back to India. And I am delighted to tell you that we have two products. We have several, at least 4 products, but 2 main products. One is called as Renidil, that is for human applications. The other one is called as Azidil for animal applications. And this is meant for moderate to severe kidney failure. This is a dietary supplement or health supplement or kidney supplement, not a drug. So as per the US FDA, FTC regulations, we cannot claim anything that it is treating, cure, prevent, use the word even disease, I should say. So we simply use the word helps maintain healthy kidney function. But although it is a dietary supplement, we have done more than a drug-like validation. We are still in the process of doing further clinical trials so that we may be in a position to get this medically reimbursed, although this will be a dietary supplement product. And the present time, we are mainly a R&D company. So we have developed the product for kidney health. Similarly, we have also developed a product for gout or arthritis. Again, this is a natural product made of probiotics and prebiotics. Nowadays, a lot of people are more interested in natural product rather than drugs, because a lot of drugs have a lot of side reactions and all other thing. And at the same time, if you just go and Google around gut microbiome, you will see this is more or less the latest technology. That is, if you take your whole body and count the number of cells, the number of cells that is present in the whole body is 10 trillion, I should say, and with 23,000 genes. 23,000 genes. I'm using the word 23,000. But at the same time, if you take your bowel or the gut, which weighs about 1 to 2 kilograms, count the number of cells. The number of cells that is present there, it is 100 trillion. I'm telling you 100 trillion. So we have 10 times the number of cells as we have in the whole human body in the gut, and the number of genes present is 3.3 million genes. So basically, we are actually now only discovered that almost all diseases are associated with the imbalance of the microbes that is present in the gut. And by using our probiotics and prebiotics, we're able to restore what we call as imbalance or dysbiosis and bring the balance back, thereby restoring the kidney function in trying to prevent the further decline, I should say. And with all this one, it's very difficult to express what we have done in 20 years orally. But if anybody wants to be an entrepreneur, you have to first believe that yourself. You have to have a strong belief what you think is right and it is rational. Unless you convince yourself, you cannot convince other people, I should say. So first and foremost is you will have to have a belief. Second is you have to have a passion that, well, I'm going to do it. That passion has to be there. There should be a burning passion in you that you just want to be an entrepreneur. And also, you should have a mission. My mission has always been, being in the medical research area, can I leave a legacy back that I have contributed and given something back to the society. And I am proud to say, I may not live to see, but the concept which we have developed, what is called as enteric dialysis, is going to be the future. And with all my ability as the aging process takes, I am still working, and I don't think, being a medical researcher, I always tell, even in my deathbed, I would be thinking how the cells are dying. It's called as apoptosis, I should say now. So, but at the same time, I have this passion, and this passion is living, and it will live. And I'm certainly hopeful what we have developed is not going to be, very useful in making money. That's the secondary. But the primary thing is this product could be very useful to developing countries. And I should also tell you that our company, we have developed over about 33, 34 patents we have. And just about on the March 6th, we had signed a collaboration deal with a company called Center Pharmaceuticals in Bombay. It's a company with over 3,000 employees with 500 distributors. And there are already 4 companies actually putting our product illegally, although we have a patent in India. The patent legal case is still going on, but our product will be available beginning July, I think so, through the Center Pharmaceutical for Indian patients. In India, dialysis is extremely expensive. Unlike here, when once you end up with dialysis, the government pays for the dialysis. On an average, every patient costs about $80,000 to $85,000. There are about 600,000 patients. The US government spends about $35 billion. And equally, they spend about $25 billion on preventing people from going from pre-dialysis to dialysis state. So our main idea is, can we help the people to delay or postpone the need to go in for dialysis? And we are learning more and more that urea, which is one of the uremic toxin, which we used to call as surrogate marker, is also very important, that it is related to causing diabetes, and it's more and more work is coming. So we even have this ability to address with the product that we just have in removing this urea, and these are all possible because we are using a naturally occurring bacteria. And if you go to a website, you will be able to see not necessarily our company's product. If you go to the educational resources, you will see the amount of research work that you have done, the papers that you publish, and all associated things. And I am really proud to be a part of this organization. And I want to tell you, you believe in yourself if you want to be an entrepreneur, have a firm idea, determination, you will go up hills and downhill. I always say, to be an entrepreneur, don't get elated because something goes very good, and don't get depressed because something has gone totally wrong. You will have to have a state of equanimity, or you have to be in the state of nirvana, I should say, to accept, well, this is okay today, let's look forward. But you will have to work hard. If you, at this age, you may be surprised, if I am in town, I work almost 7 days a week. I go to work at about 10 o'clock, I work till about 8 o'clock, and if it is during weekends, I work at about from 11 o'clock till about 6 or 7 o'clock. So a lot of times I travel, but when I'm there, I just put the best of my work. And not only that, you will have to have a good team of people, and by God's grace, I've got a good team of people. We have got a very good board of advisors, scientific advisory board, and a lot of legal help from various sources. So I am always grateful. I landed in this country with $8, and I don't want to say how much our company is worth, but certainly, I feel proud that we are not only accomplishing the business mission, but the mission that we are accomplishing is going to be very philanthropic, because normally kidney disease is not a primary disease, it is a secondary disease. 1/2 of the diabetic people end up with kidney problems. 1/3 of the people with cardiovascular or hypertension end up with kidney problems. The remaining is from HIV, lupus, etc. And there are certain pockets in the world, that is in Andhra Pradesh, in Sri Lanka, in Balkan countries, as well as in some Latin American countries, farmers who does not have diabetes or who does not have hypertension, they get kidney failure at a very young age, 35, 40. Normally, kidney failure is a geriatric disease. You get it only when about 55, 60 or 70. These people are about 35, 40. They get kidney disease. We still don't know why these farmers are kidney disease. It's called as CKDU, chronic kidney disease, unidentified. And the mission of me and my wife is, whatever resources we have, both mental as well as our expertise in the medical research as well as financial resources, we think we will be able to address this and help these farmers. There are lots of villages known as village of widows in some of these affected areas, because these farmers die at a very young age. So we have a philanthropic motivation, and we are slowly getting back. Recently only we recruited our management. So me and my wife are trying to devote our time in trying to help these poor farmers who die of chronic kidney disease with unknown reasons or unidentified reasons. So with that, we really feel that satisfied, and we thank God having landed in this country with $8, and we are in a position now, and my ambition is to leave a legacy back, and God willing, I hope I will be able to do that. And again, I want to wish all of you the very best. and hearty congratulations. And this is being recorded because I am just going to be in Geneva to meet with the World Health Organization. The deputy director is Dr. Soumya Swaminathan. Actually, she was the director general of Indian Council of Medical Research, and she was just recently, selected as a deputy director general. And I am also meeting with some of the people who are dealing with chronic kidney disease. So I want to wish you all the best and good luck with your this one, and good luck to the organizers. And hopefully, if you need any help as far as I don't think they used to say a word. You must have heard in Tamil, I should say. I have in one of my slides. It says "Kattradu kai mannalavu, kallaladu ulalavu." So this is from our ER issues, So what we just have learned is little, what we have not is so much. So my expertise or my specialization is just to a little in this kidney area, but hopefully, this would be helping people. And namaskaram, and thank you, all the best.